Hello everyone, my name is Sophia Rufina Ambaristi with student number B03255015, and today I'm going to explain about the types of translation process, and types of meaning. So let's get started. Let's look at the types of translation. We can categorize them into two groups. The first group is based on the language info. There are three types. Number one is interlingual translation, also known as rewording. This is the interpretation of verbal signs using other signs of the same language. For the example is modernization. We change Old English like "thou shalt not kill" into modern English, "you must not kill." It's still English, but rewording to be easier to understand. Number two is interlingual translation, also known as translation proper. This is interpretation of verbal signs by some other language. For example is a novel translated from English into Indonesian. As you can see here, on the left side, the original is in English, which is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Then, on the right side, it has been translated into Indonesian as Harry Potter dan Batu Bertuah. Number 3 is intersemiotic translation, also known as transmutation. This is the interpretation of verbal signs through non-verbal sign system. For example is Harry Potter novel is adapted into a movie. The second group is based on the medium info. There are 4 types. Number 1 is translation. This is the transfer of meaning from written source text to an equivalent target text. For example is a novel translated from English into Indonesian. Number 2 is interpreting. This is the oral rendering of a spoken message in real time. This means the translation happens instantly while the speaker is talking. Now, let's watch this short video to see how it works.
유튜브 채널에 놀러 오세요.
YouTube channel, stop it.
유튜브 사진 촬영하도록 하겠습니다.
Let's take a photo now.
As we just saw in the video, that is how interpreting works. The translator must translate the speech immediately so the message reaches the audience right away without any delay. Number 3 is subtitling. This is an audio-visual process that converts spoken dialogue into written text on the screen. And now, let's take a look at this clip.
Hello, I'm James, and today I'm gonna try and guess everybody's.
Based on that video, we can see that subtitling allows us to read the translation at the bottom of the screen while still hearing the original audio. It is very common in movies and YouTube videos. Number 4 is dubbing. This is a post-production process involving lip-sync voice replacement. For example is dubbing a cartoon into another language, like Doraemon from Japanese into Indonesian. Now let's move on the second part of our discussion, the translation process. First, let's look at Nida and Tabor model. As you can see in the diagram on the slide, they propose a 3-step process. The first step is analysis. This is where the source text is analyzed in terms of the grammatical structure and meaning. After we understand the meaning, we move to the transfer stage. This is where the analyzed meaning is transferred from the source language to tune the target language. And finally, we have restructuring. This is where the message is reorganized to ensure it is natural and acceptable in the target language. Next, we have more detailed approach from Pat Gate. He breaks down the process into 7 steps. Number 1 is tuning. Before translating, the translator tries to get the feel of the text to be translated. We look at the style and the context. Number 2 is analysis. The translator analyzes the text at the sentence level. Number 3 is understanding. Here, the translator tries to grasp the overall meaning of the text to ensure nothing is missed. Number 4 is terminology. The translator considers the keywords and phrases in the text to ensure they are in line with standardized usage. Number 5 is restructuring. The translator reorganizes the text into a form that is in accordance with proper usage in the target language. Number 6 is checking. The translator checks the draft translation for error and mistranslation. Number 7, discussion. It is discussion between the translator and the expert on the subject matter. Now, let's compare and contrast these two models. For the similarities, both Nida and Tabor and Petgate share the same ultimate goal. The goal is to transfer the message accurately from a source language to a target language, and both include analysis and restructuring of the text. For the difference, the main difference is the type of detail. Nida and Tabor keep it simple with 3 steps, focusing more on the mental side. Meanwhile, Petgate propose 7 steps, providing a more detailed process that is very practical and operational. Now, let's move on to the last part of our discussion. There are 4 different types of meaning. Number 1 is proportional meaning. The meaning of word based on its relation to what is referred to or described in the real or imaginary world. Because it's based on fact, we can judge it as true or false. For example is, if I say an apple is fruit, that is true. But if I say an apple is vegetable, it's false. Why? Because the literal meaning of apple is wrong. In reality, an apple is a fruit, not a vegetable. Number 2 is expressive meaning. This type of meaning is related to the speaker's feelings or attitude. We cannot judge it as true or false. For the example is confident versus arrogant. Confidence feels positive because it expresses admiration, while arrogant feels negative because it expresses dislike, even though both describe self-belief. Number 3 is presupposed meaning. Meaning that arises from co-occurrence restrictions. There are 2 types, selectional restriction and collocational restrictions. Selectional restrictions is based on logic. For example is mengeong versus berbicara. In Indonesian, we use mengeong for cats and berbicara for humans. Collocational restriction is based on common usage. For example, is strong versus heavy. In English, we say strong tea, not heavy tea. And heavy rain, not strong rain. If you say heavy tea or strong rain, people will understand you, but it sounds very unnatural. Number 4 is a folk meaning, arising from dialect and register. First, dialect, which can be geographical, temporal, and social. For examples, geographical, the word rumah and omah. Rumah is standard Indonesian form, and omah is Japanese. Using omah evokes a specific regional identity. Temporal or time. The word to and you. To evokes an older time period, and you is modern word. Social refers to words used by different social classes or group within a society. The words residence and home. Both words describe where someone lives, but they evoke a different social status. Second, register, which can be field, tenor, and mood. Examples: field refers to the subject matter or the professional settings. The word check the list and verify the data. We use check the list in an everyday, casual setting. However, in a professional, we say verify the data. The meaning is the same, but verify evokes a sense of formal. Tenor refers to the relationship between the speaker and the listener. The word purchase versus buy. If you're writing a formal contract, you use purchase. If you're talking to a friend, you use buy. Mode refers to the medium of communication. The word furthermore versus also. In the formal essay or a textbook, we use furthermore to connect ideas. However, in the casual conversation, we use also. Okay, next I will identify the types of meaning in each pair of words. Number 1, jantan and laki-laki is an example of pre-support meaning based on selectional restrictions. Both words mean male, but jantan is used for animals and laki-laki is used for humans. Number 2, berbicara and ngomong is an example of evoke meaning based on register tenor. Both mean to speak, but berbicara is formal and ngomong is informal. Number 3, ane and saya is an example of evoke meaning based on dialect. Both mean I, but ane is used in Betawi or Arabic influenced dialect, while saya is standard Indonesian form. Number 4, memerlukan and butuh is an example of evoke meaning based on register tenor. Both mean need, but memerlukan is formal and butuh is informal. Number 5, kopi and teh is an example of proportional meaning because in the real world, they have completely different literal meanings. Number 6, menarik and mempesona is an example of expressive meaning. Both have similar meanings, but mempesona expresses a stronger feeling than menarik. Alright, that's all from me. I hope this explanation helps you to understand about types of translation process, and types of meaning. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye bye.